Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be looking at r/Am I the Butthole? So if you would like to judge some possibly gaping buttholes with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. I'm trying hard to take myself seriously today. So, this first one, am I the butthole for telling my cheating ex-husband I will never feel bad for him and I will never help him make this better? I mean, I'm gonna go off the bat here just by reading the title and say, no, not the butthole, not at all. What on earth? I, 46F, was married to my husband, John, 48M, a decade when I found out he had cheated multiple times with multiple women. Ouch, what a knob. One of them whom became a fully fledged affair. We had 3 young kids at the time. How I found out was I started suffering some concerning symptoms, went to the doctor, and some tests were ran, and it was discovered I had gonorrhea. What? Which had caused pelvic inflammatory disorder. The whole thing was devastating, and John didn't even pretend that he was concerned about me, but he was concerned about his affair partner, Kathy. Oh, suck a toe, John. The 2 of them married after the divorce, and I had to pick up the pieces, deal with the consequences of John's cheating and his lasting gift, and help my kids deal with the divorce, all while I had to be civil in front of the kids, which killed me. I had minimal contact with John and Kathy. I refused to speak to either unless I had to. A few times they attempted additional contact with the aim of us being friends. Oh, couldn't think of anything worse. But I shot that down and I told the 2 of them to rot in hell. Yes, my love, you tell them. The kids had a good relationship with their dad until a few years ago, but John and Kathy were unable to have children together. I believe she had miscarriages and stillbirths, and my kids felt that there was a pressure on them to gather around them and love Kathy so she'd still feel like a mother. But none of them had a close relationship with her, and they felt like their dad was manipulative about it, so they started going to his house less and faded away. Yeah, you can't push anything on kids. They are going to decide whether they want to do that or not. If you try and make it a thing when they don't want to, it will never be a thing. My youngest graduated in May and didn't invite John or Kathy. There were discussions about it, but ultimately decided he would prefer to focus on his achievements and not the drama. John attempted to get me to force my youngest's hand, and he tried to throw a pity party about their losses and Kathy's love for the kids and her losing her chance to be a mother. Hold on a minute. Kathy's, not had these struggles because he gave her the clap too, has she? That would actually be quite sad. But also, I mean, if you're gonna sleep with a married man, don't be surprised if he gives you things. I blocked him after several text messages about this. Good on you. Now I've had him at my house trying to make me feel bad for him and Kathy by talking about all the losses and asking me to help him make this better, which to him means he wants the kids back in his and Kathy's lives for me to encourage them to love both of them and to let them, but especially Kathy, feel like she won't miss out on all the motherly experiences. Tough titties! You made your bed, John and Kathy. Go and lie in it. Your dirty affair bed. Go on, go roll in it. He wanted me to treat her like their other mother and present as a team so that when weddings and babies come along, she'll be included and equal in all of it. I had no patience for his request, and even though he was already upset talking about the losses, I was not kind when I told him to get away from my house and from me. I told him I will never feel bad for him, and that his pity party, an attempt to make me responsible for their happiness after the way he treated me, was outrageous. I told him that he caused all of this, and that he can fix it, but he doesn't deserve a single ounce of kindness or compassion from me after his actions in our marriage. He tried to argue, but I closed my front door, and he left after that. Yeah, it's not your responsibility to fix the problems that he has obviously caused. What a cheeky get. I was on good terms with John's sister after everything went down, but once she heard about our interaction at the house, she turned on me. She told me she understands me hating them, but John has been broken up about all the losses they have endured, and I could have been a little kinder. And that I should want my kids to have John and Kathy in their lives. That I should be able to see it would be better for them and future grandkids. I told her that I owed the two of them nothing and did not wish for their happiness. I mean, fair enough. I think a lot of us could definitely understand why. She told me that I had proven to be spiteful and hurt her brother when our divorce happened more than a decade ago now, and it's truly in the past. I'm disappointed that relationship broke down, but it feels like it was possibly naive to think it would always survive what happened because John's her brother first. I do value her opinion, or did before this. I disagree with what she said, but I also feel like I shouldn't dismiss it without seeking others' opinions, when I have always valued what she says before. Even though I believe this is just a loyalty thing at the end of it all, am I the butthole? No! You obviously left the door open for him to have a relationship with his kids, and somehow, somewhere along the line, they've chuffed it up well and truly. It's not your fault. And after what he did, no, I wouldn't help him either. I'd be like, yeah, no. Get stood on, mate. You fix it yourself or tough. Down in the comments, Reddit lurker 1981 says, not the butthole. He just wants you to fix his failings because he can't be bothered to do it himself. Bingo. You're not his wife, so that's not your problem. And tell Sissy to fuck off. You don't owe either of them a damn thing. Precisely. And then Mad Max Debater, excuse me. All of this, and I'll add, OP's kids are old enough and making their own decisions. Even if they were married and they were somehow on the same team, OP's kids have made a decision. They don't want to deal with their cheating dad and his wife. Most kids are just not going to feel warmth towards a woman who they feel contributed to breaking up their family. Exactly. Most of my now adult friends have had a difficult time maintaining a long-term relationship with parents who cheated. Add to this, the dad and his wife want to do the whole "we're all a big family" thing, which is totally hokey unless everyone is actually feeling it. Precisely. And it's so funny, isn't it, how they only cared about the relationship breakdown between them and the kids when she realised that having her own was never an option. So then she starts trying to force herself on them, which is the quickest way to get kids to be so disinterested in you, it's unreal. If you try and force anything on a kid, they're going to be like, nah. So how did they actually envision that going well? I feel like this is karma, to be honest. Next post, am I the butthole for refusing to acknowledge my best friend's wife? I, 24M, have been having issues with my best friend's, 23M, wife, 20F, for months now. From the first day we met, she judged me. First, it was because I couldn't attend their wedding. I was working remotely in a different country at the time. I apologised profusely and ordered them a pizza oven for a wedding gift. There were little remarks that my girlfriend, 23F, could hear in the background of our phone calls. She would write down what she heard for me since I'm deaf. My phone is capable of translating audio calls into text on my screen. Oh, okay. I was wondering for a second how a phone call works in that way. I thought maybe a video call with signing, but that makes sense. But it can only pick up so much, and for the most part, I rely on context clues. It had gotten more ridiculous when I returned to the States and finally met her. She didn't realise that I was deaf. She started yelling, for the record we can tell, and ignored my girlfriend who tried to explain that yelling is rude to do. It's much easier to read lips when you speak normally. Yeah, I imagine so, because obviously in a day-to-day when people don't know you're deaf and you are used to reading lips, they are going to talk normally. Any other time when we would meet up, which I made sure wasn't often, she wouldn't look at me when speaking. She was relying on my girlfriend to translate, which my girlfriend shouldn't have to do. I'm capable of reading lips. Again, Also rude to do, even if I had a certified translator with me. This woman sounds very insufferable, doesn't she? Last night at game night broke the straw for me. His wife offered to order dinner for all of us. When the driver dropped off the delivery, she didn't order anything for me. She apologised and said, "Well, I forgot he was there since he's so quiet." Oh, what a knob. Ableist knob. I'd never been embarrassed to be deaf until that moment, which is saying a lot, because I was born deaf. My girlfriend shared her dinner with me. I ignored his wife for the rest of the night and we called it early. My girlfriend lied and told them that she had an important meeting to prepare for. His wife, I think he asked her to, had been texting me with half-baked apologies that I have been ignoring. This caught the attention of my best friend, who texted me asking why I was being mean and ignoring her, because she's a massive ableist twat. That she was sorry for what happened, and that she wasn't lying about me being quiet. Excuse me? Why are you sticking up for her, you douche canoe? He told me that I shouldn't get so butthurt over a few comments. I have been ignoring him too. I don't think making fun of me or the deaf, hard of hearing community is funny. Am I the butthole for acting sensitive to this and ignoring them both? I don't want to throw away our friendship, but I feel like it's for the best. My girlfriend is supportive of removing ourselves from them or for forgiving them and moving forward. I'm not being funny, but if you've got a friend who you're supposed to be your best mate, and they just sit there and literally let their girlfriend be a full-on ableist in front of you when you are disabled, yeah, no, that'll be the end of the friendship. See you later. Unless he's willing to read his girlfriend the riot act. Like, no. What the hell? I am, once again, shocked and horrified. Edit, correcting my mistakes. I'm not used to my best friend having a wife now instead of a girlfriend. I mean, who cares? Honestly, who cares? She should be an ex-wife, considering she's clearly a shitty person, but whatever. So, down in the comments, AmITheA, I think, quotes and says that she was sorry for what happened. No, she wasn't. And even if she were, you are more important than she is. Take care of yourself first, not the butthole. Fleur the Least says, telling a deaf person, "Oopsie, you don't get any food because she was so quiet," is one of the most obtuse, ignorant, and flat-out disrespectful things I've seen in quite a while. Yeah, like there is a full human there. You can see him. He doesn't just camouflage into the bloody back wall, does he? That is next level assholery. The friend downplaying it, calling OP mean for ignoring the crappy apologies of his a-hole wife, and calling OP butthurt warrants an instant end to this friendship in my book. Friend is as much of an a-hole as his terrible wife. I'd have told her, "Oh, you didn't notice me here? I might be deaf, but apparently you're blind." Exactly. It's people like this that are the reason that still, for some weird reason, sign language isn't taught in schools. And I just don't understand that. I still can't fathom that. Next post, am I the butthole? My fiance is demanding I stop making home-cooked meals for a friend. I, 27M, am very passionate about cooking. I'm not a professional chef by any means, but it's one of my favourite hobbies. I love the act of creating food, but sharing it is what's really special to me, whether it's something I've made or a nice meal at a restaurant. My girlfriend, 27F, is pretty picky. She won't even touch a majority of the things I cook or split most meals at restaurants, and that's fine. It's the way she's been reacting to other people enjoying my food that bothers me. A good friend of mine, Jace, 34M, is a truck driver. I don't get to see him as often as I would like, but when he comes home, I always make it a point to feed him well. Ah, that's so cute. Can you be my friend? I eat everything, mostly everything. It's fun for me to plan. It's also really fulfilling in a way. It makes me feel this sense of warmth making something for him. I know that being on the road so much can be tough, so when he's here, I want him to feel grounded and at peace. Basically, I'm giving this man all the comfort food. This is the cutest thing ever. Jace is always so appreciative and makes jokes about coming home to his wife. That's cute. He should be back home in just a few days, and I mentioned to my fiance that I had a whole menu planned. She got upset and basically told me that she didn't like how I went above and beyond for him. What? That's like a hell of a green flag if you ask me. If I was dating a bloke and he was like, yeah, when my friend comes home, I make sure I give him nice meals because he, works on the road and I like to cook and it just makes me feel happy to share something with a friend. I'd be like, that is so cute. Please move in with me. No, I lie. I wouldn't. I still can't stand people in my space that much, even if they're the cutest. I've held my ground and said it's important to me, but her comments have started feeling a little less aimed at her own discomfort and more so just derogatory towards me. Am I the butthole for wanting to keep cooking for him? No, but I feel like your girlfriend's threatened by Jace. I don't feel like it's the fact that you're going above and beyond. I genuinely think she's threatened by the bond you have and is worried you're going to run off with Jace. That's what I reckon it probably is. She's jealous, which is hilarious, really, because, can you not just care about a friend? What? So, down in the comments, Fitzer3061 says, it's probably not so much the food. It sounds like your girlfriend feels threatened by your relationship with the truck driver. Yeah, exactly. We are on the same page, my friend. And then the Turtle Cub says, to be honest, I kind of want to meet this truck driver after this write-up. I know, they sound so cute. They both sound so cute. OP then says, he is very offline or I'd get him to virtually introduce himself. He listens to a lot of YouTube while he's driving, but that's the extent of his social media use. It's enviable and makes me cut down on my doom scrolling. Honestly, I've been doom scrolling so bad this week. So bad. Trying to explain memes to him is humbling, lol. And then Max Perception 55 says, bro, you should dump your annoying girlfriend for this truck driver. Honestly, you two just sound the cutest. You should just be roomies if there could never be a romantic thing there. Just be roomies. I think you'd have a very happy life. So we actually have an update for this one. OP says, my girlfriend and I are currently on a break. I don't think I consciously realised it, but some part of me must have known how close we were to a breaking point. Otherwise, I don't think I would have written or posted my original question. I was making chicken breasts for Jace on Friday. Whenever he gets back from a job, he'll go home and crash for a few hours. I like to time things so his meal is hot and ready when he wakes up. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. I had left the kitchen while it was cooking, and the oven was off when I came back. She didn't. I asked my fiancé if she had done it, and she said yes. That kick her out. Gone. Be gone with her. How dare she ruin Jace's meal? This resulted in easily the worst fight we've had. That's just so spiteful. I ended up asking for the engagement ring back. This goes beyond me feeling unappreciated. This is her actively undermining something I am passionate about. It feels like contempt. That's because it is, my love. This is supposed to be a temporary break, but I really don't feel any sadness over not having seen or talked to her the past few days. I don't know where to go from here. A very big part of me just wants to be done. There's your answer, lovey. If you're feeling like that and you're not missing her and you're actually kind of relieved to be away from her, I think that's curtains closed on that one. So then down in the comments, Lisa Knows Best said, dropped from being referred to as fiancé to just girlfriend in 7 days. Not a good sign. And then Devil Guy says, it's the art room all over again. Art room? Huh? What's the art room? I don't know what that's referencing. If anybody knows, please do let me know. And then Stella Manatee says, can't a man simply make a succulent chicken dinner for his trucker friend? Right? Okay, and I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. That was the cutest story. Obviously kind of sad because there was clearly a breakup coming there, but also the cutest story ever at the end there. I love it when guys are just best pals and they do nice, kind things for each other. Sod all that toxic masculinity bullshit. Just proper little best buddies and doing nice things for each other and emotionally supporting each other in ways. And I think that's so cute. So cute. Need more of that in the world. But then again, if we had more, then half these stories wouldn't exist, I feel. It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Anyway, if you made it all the way to the end with me today, then I appreciate you very, very much. If you leave a little like, subscribe, notifications on, that is your initiation into the Cult of Void. Welcome. I know it was a shorter one today. The reason for that is my cat is being a massive butthole and absolutely tear-assing around the house and will not stop doing it. He's nearly knocked my laptop off about 5 times by getting tangled in the wires. So I'm giving up. Yeah, whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.